Hello everyone, this is Ginger Pana. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do a really quick share of what I've been doing for the past couple weeks. I've been always interested in fake baking. I've been trying my hand at it for several, maybe 2 years, maybe three. Behind the scenes, I've never really shared. Maybe I shared some things. I made some Mickey Mouse cookies before for a wedding shower. Um, Maybe some other things. I have to go back and look at my videos, but this past couple weeks I have really been um, putting my research, I guess you say, to good use. I've been practicing more, I've been trying, I've been making a lot of mistakes. So I wanted to come and share some pies that I made. I am really trying to do this because I have a presentation or event at work, and I'm setting up like a bakery display with faked baked goods, and it's kind of a not a kind of a contest at work that we do every year. And so I decided, my office and I, my coworkers and I from our office decided to enter a like a bistro. And so my part is this part, the fake baking. Everyone has a hand in the decorating part of our section. So let me go really quickly with these pumpkin pie. I'm on my way because I have to finish setting up my bistro. Everything has to be done by tomorrow at 8. So I have to make sure all my displays are up. I am going to use tonight to finish up, and I'm going to go into work early tomorrow to finish up my display. I've been watching, there's several fake bakers that I follow. There's a lot of fake bakers, I should say, that I follow on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram. There's a lot of shorts, TikTok, but I really gravitate to My Sweet Home Living with Tracy. She does a lot of rustic kind of looking fake bakes, which is what I really like. I like the home look, um, roughing it up a little bit. And then there's the cutesy stuff. Dawn from the Pink Tree. I've been following her for many years. They all do awesome tutorials. Cindy from Peep This Y'all. I love to watch her. She has such a awesome humor that you laugh and smile as you watch her create. And these girls are really real. They do lives, they do their tutorials. They make mistakes in their what they're doing and tell us what not to do. So it's a good learning experience. It's like you're sitting next to them learning things. There's a lot more creators out there. I am part of Facebook. Pam, who is in oh gosh, the Fake Bakery, I think, and I'm part of her team. I pay a monthly subscription for her, and I love to watch her. She posts every week. I think she goes on live 2 or 3 times a week. I love to watch her. She has an awesome group of girls that also share their creations. I also am part of Annie's Treasures. She used to be a monthly subscription, but she stopped it, and she does a lot of classes and stuff that you can purchase. So I love to go to her. She also sells a lot of the things that you need to embellish your fake bakes. So, and they have classes like pies and things. So I I really have to go back and watch, because I have to watch it over and over. But because my intent was to make a pumpkin pie and an apple pie, I focused on these three, on mostly on Tracy and Cindy's tutorials, and also Dawn from the Pink Tree. And I will share what I kind of combined together to make my fake bake. So this is my pumpkin pie. I love how it came out. This is really, really heavy because I used plaster of Paris. I bought this cake pan. It's a cake pan versus a pie pan. I might grunge it up later. I don't know if I have time to do it before tomorrow, but if not, it's going to just sit there. No one's going to touch it. So it's just for looks. So I made this fake bake plaster of Paris. I went on top with paint. I kind of mixed together. I think I did pumpkin. What is this? Oh, this is it says Pueblo. Somebody's phone is ringing in my house. And I think, let's see, I did a brown. I might have done classic caramel in it. I'm not sure. I have all these paints out, so I'm not sure which one I use, or milk chocolate. Okay, so just a very little bit of brown. And then I added my grunge. And I'm going to talk about my grunge a little bit later. Oh, it's my husband calling me. Okay, so this is my pumpkin pie. So I just poured the plaster of Paris, let it kind of set and dry, and then I generously painted the top of my pumpkin pie. And then after it kind of semi-dried, I sprinkled real cinnamon on it. Cinnamon is okay to use in your fake bakes because they do not, they kind of repel the insects, so it won't attract any bugs. This fluting of the crust, I did it kind of really dark, so it's kind of like a really dark pumpkin pie crust, but this is all Model Magic clay. Okay, now these girls teach you how to do the crust. Okay, so I took it all the way down and I used the grunge to color it. A lot of people use paint and other mediums, but I use grunge on that whole pie. This one is my apple pie, and this one I first learned it from Cindy Peeps Y'all, and then I watched another tutorial from Tracy from My Sweet Home Living with Tracy. And so I had to take it apart a couple of times because I had a hard time. They use a mold for a lattice. I used a my grandson's, wait, I wanted to get more of that lattice look, and so I went into my grandson's Play-Doh bag and I used this rotary cutter. Okay, then I rolled out my dough, and then I did the strips with that, and then I put it on my pie. Now this inside is sponge, and I only had one, so I'm traveling to the United States, to the mainland, continental US, next weekend. So I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree. I think that's where I bought my sponge. They don't sell it here. It's kind of this sponge. Wait, oh my gosh, I don't have nothing in front of me. I'm in my kitchen, so, but it's this kind of sponge, and Dollar Tree sells it in more like a peanut shape. This sponge I found at Walmart, but it was almost $4 for me. But this is what you do: is you cut it all up into little cubes, and then you put it in you color it. I colored it with the grunge. I put Mod Podge, and I put it all in here, and it kind of stuck to the form of the pan. I did the crusting again with Model Magic. I think this one I did air foam, what do you call it? Air dry foam. I don't know if I'm saying it the right way. And that one I bought either from Glitz and Glue or Crystal. I buy a lot of foam from her. And then for Annie's Treasures, I buy a lot of foam from her as well. So I think that's what this one is. Okay, then I grunged it up. And then all in the holes, I put UV resin, and I hit it with the light to harden to give that little bit glazy look onto the apples. So if you look really close, you can kind of tell it's a sponge, but the thought behind it is to make apple slices. And I think if my lattice was bigger, I think it would have been like thicker, I should say. It would have been nicer. So I have to still go in with my sponge because I can still see some whites from the clay. Okay, now let's talk about the grunge. So I first learned about the coffee grunge from Tracy, who is My Sweet Home Living. And then a lot of other creators started to talk about the grunge. So I used an old spaghetti jar, and I keep it refrigerated because you're supposed to. And this is a mixture of instant coffee. So any instant coffee, you don't have to spend money on it, but I just bought instant coffee, this one. You need some cinnamon and water, hot water. And then I boiled it on the stove just to melt everything together, and then I cooled it. I poured it into this jar, and then you could use it warm, and then the rest I put in the refrigerator. So I have maybe about half of it still. Well, as I started to watch other creators, they added nutmeg and cloves. And so I made some cinnamon rolls, which are drying. I will share them later, but I will, I added this too into the mix. Okay, so I'm not sure. I might add it in here. I'm not sure. Okay, but it just brings out this really awesome smell in your house. It's like Christmas. Okay, so the grunge, it looks like this inside. So it kind of looks really slimy looking, and you shake it really well. You pour some out in a container that you're going to use, and you heat it up. And so when you apply it, it's a little bit warm. Okay, so this is my extras. I didn't want to waste it, so I had it refrigerated, but I'm going to pour some more in and heat it up. So I just put in this glass container. And so it looks like that because you need it to come out with the, when you brush it on, it becomes, you know, like grungy. It grunges up your item. And then, so since I'm talking about the grunge, I'm going to share with you my cinnamon rolls that I made. So they're still a little bit wet, and I still have to finish the bottom because I just started to make them yesterday. Oops, I touched the wetness. But you see, I used the, after I colored it with the grunge, I rolled out my dough, I colored it with the grunge, and then I let it dry overnight. And then I went in this morning, I added Mod Podge in the cracks, and I sprinkled a dry mixture of coffee, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves, ground cloves. Okay, and then I used my fingers and I sprinkled it all around. You want to have your painting, your grunging first to dry a little, because you don't want the cinnamon inside to all stick to everywhere. Okay, so they're drying. So as it dries, when you first put it on, it looks grainy like this. And as the Mod Podge kicks in and dries, the coffee melts into it. So it kind of looks like a cinnamon mixture. So I'm going to go back in and hit it with another, on the outside, I'm going to hit it with another coating of the grunge. So out here. Okay. So I'll probably take this tomorrow. So I made a big one. And then 2 small ones. Okay, so I made 3. And then after it totally dries, I'm going to go in with icing mixture, which is Mod Podge and icing. I think it's Mod Podge and Mod Podge, caulk, and maybe paint. I have to go look at my video again. So those 3, I'm going to put it in a baggie, and I'm going to pipe out the frosting over the cinnamon. Okay, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to do a video on it, but if I do, if not, I'll share a picture on my Instagram. So that's about it. I wanted to share with you my pies because I'm going to go take it to work. I will share some cupcakes that I made, but I'm still in the process. I'm going to show it to you later because here are some of my cupcakes that I made, but I will talk about it more later. Okay. So that's about it. So I am going to go wash my hands because I'm getting cinnamon grunge, coffee grunge all over my products. Okay, so I'll just leave this here, and I will link some information below of the creators that I've been watching. And hopefully, maybe if you're interested, you can try your hand at it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I thank you again, everyone, for watching my video and commenting and liking. I really appreciate sharing with you what I'm doing over my crafting. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.